So we spent the whole summer fixing trunkies in the warehouse, and then just as the batch was all sorted and we were ready to go back out to market, you may remember there was a gentleman who thought it'd be a good idea to drive a van into Glasgow Airport, the height of all this terrorist stuff going on, and the UK Department of Transport thought that it would be a good idea to ban hand luggage. I didn't think it was a very good idea because I just started a business selling children's hand luggage. So that was a bit of a monster hurdle to overcome. Daily phone calls into the Department of Transport trying to find out when they were going to lift the ban. They had absolutely no idea. Fortunately, along with the clip story, the Trunki was designed, I designed it for what's called disassembly, which means at the end of the product's life, you can strip all the components out and recycle it, which also makes it very easy for sending and amending spare parts. So we had, again, parents phoning us up saying, look, there's a hand luggage ban on, can we check the Trunkis in? And we said, we don't recommend it. Those big Samsonite suitcases are pretty mean and they might beat them up in the hold. But if you do end up with a Trunki missing a horn or a wheel or a catch, just give us a call and we'll send you a free part to fix it. So we weathered that storm. There wasn't a huge amount we could do, but in learnings, we put all our marketing, all our eggs in one basket. Trunki was all about air travel. So the next year we launched Frida the cow print Trunki and had a marketing campaign about domestic travel. And then pretty much 2 days after the hand luggage ban was lifted, Dragon's Den aired. We actually filmed the episode 2 weeks after the first stock arrived, so it was six months later. But back then, when I went on the show, we didn't have any of the awards, the marketing, the PR, all the success we've had to date. We'd just started. Quick show of hands who saw the episode of Dragon's Den, quite a few of you. For those who didn't, I'll just show you a quick clip.
The moment Theo pulled that handle off, the whole integrity of the quality of that product was compromised. So I'm afraid I'm out.
You think you have something. I tell you, you don't. I'll tell you why you don't. Within 7 days, I could do a better job than that. I could have this in production by the end of next month. Your company is currently worthless. I'm out.
Would you be prepared to move to something like half the company for 100
No,
grand?
not at all. I can go to 50% now.
Okay, well, I'm out. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks.
This could also be a slideshow of how a man can lose his hair. So yeah, a bit of a rough deal on the Dragon's Den. Looking back, wouldn't change a thing. Helped really well with our UK marketing. And yeah, I'm going to have to rush through because I've just looked at my watch. But we've been trading for 5 years, 5.5 now. And over those 5 years, we've had some quite impressive milestones. We celebrated last month selling our millionth Trunki. That's sold, not manufactured, so we had a big party. We're in about 1,500 stores in the UK, but we're in the luggage, toy and nursery markets and gift to some extent. So it's a great broad market that we supply direct ourselves because I couldn't find anyone in the UK who could do those markets. It's a real challenge finding partners overseas to do that, which I'll talk to you about in a sec. We're now exporting to 62 countries. Our very first customer was actually the Museum of Modern Art. Back in the day of being a product designer, I had time to read design blogs, and there are a couple of design blogs that us designers thought were pretty cool, mostly in America. So I thought it'd be a good idea to send them a press release and see if they fancied covering Trunki. And they did, which was fantastic. And I showed all my design peers, and they were well chuffed for me, and I was well chuffed and went home a happy man. And then opened my emails that evening and started getting a lot of inquiries from various people. Looked at my web stats, and they're going a bit crazy. We're having people in Japan and Australia and obviously the US all looking at the product, and it was literally only, it's hard to pinpoint when exactly, but within the first couple of weeks of trading, we started just getting bombarded by international inquiries. And then it was a real challenge of how to pick and choose those distributors, and all started becoming a little bit of a challenge because we just get inundated with inquiries. One Australian contact looked really good, then we got 3 more, then 4, and then who do we choose? And we ended up, I think for Australia, we've had 30 inquiries in our first year of trading. So picked up the phone, got some help from the UKTI, who I believe are here. I don't know what they've said about UKTI so far, but they ran, hopefully they still do, a great program called Passport for Export, which I went on and really helped me define my international sales strategy. I'll talk more about international when I've quickly run through these slides. We built the brand purely on the back of PR. We don't do any consumer advertising. We're heavily into social media in the UK. Haven't quite figured out how it works internationally yet, so I won't talk too much about that, but PR is the bread and butter of our marketing, and that's something we try and replicate internationally, which I'll share with you in a minute. But every time we launch a new product, it gives us a great opportunity to do some great marketing. So yeah, we thought our second adventure in licensing should involve the Olympics. So this is our take of Chariots of Fire, Trunki style. So we've been working with Locog. We've got the license for children's luggage or hard luggage. And the decision to go with that, other than really thinking it was a great fit because it will encourage children to get more exercise and things, but also internationally, the amount of visitors to the UK for the Olympics is going to be phenomenal. And if some of them go back with Trunkis, then that will spread the word in their countries. So we've actually put it down as purely an international marketing project, but we should actually break even on it. Okay. We've won over 50 awards now, started off with a couple of design awards and then consumer awards, then trade awards and more recently business awards. And a very quick tip to those entrepreneurs out there, I found it an incredibly useful process going for the business awards. It's a great way that you can get benchmarked against your peers in the industry, but also it really helps you double check where your business plan is, which obviously once you started is kind of up in the ether, but it always helps you stay very focused and always think about the future and celebrate your past achievements too. And year on year, we've been doubling turnover. Last year, we cleared 4.35 million, and this year on track for touching 6. So business still going well, and the real growth is international. Here's the team, my greatest achievement. We're now 23 strong. We've just employed 24. This is us celebrating our millionth Trunki. All got dressed up as space people. We've got a spaceship-themed office, so that kind of helps. So, as a business, we're absolutely dedicated to inventing really cool travel products for children and families. I'll give you a quick synopsis of some of our products. We've obviously got the Trunki. We invented the Trunki Travel Toy Box, which is a really useful 4-in-1 storage solution for when you're on the go. So great for storing toys and games at home, but it can turn into a rocker, it can turn into a storage cart, which is handy when children need to tidy up their toys. And the booster pack, which you may have seen on The Apprentice, that was another little scoop for us. Fully certified car booster seat that doubles as a rucksack. This was an idea that came to us from parents who just had so many bad things to say about booster packs. Booster seats and travelling, we thought we had to step in and invent a product. The Trunkis have a range of accessories that go with them that are all multifunctional. All our products are aimed at parents, but also utility for children too. A new product just launched, the snoozy heads. Again, parents were telling us when kids are sleeping in the back of the car, the blanket always falls down. So we came up with this little pillow and blanket set with our new ingenious Trunki grip that connects them together, so that child can stay warm in the back of the car. And these little bear-like characters that we call snoozy heads. And this is a sneaky peek of a new product we're launching in January called the Paddle Pack, which is taking a very common technology in the outdoor market with the roll top and just making it really fun for kids. So it's the ultimate kids swimming bag that just happens to look like a fish. So that's the range of products. Why do we create these products? Well, we're really, really keen in enabling parents and carers to take their children off exploring the world. It's such, when you've got young ones, it's quite difficult to take that step and think, well, we could go on an abroad holiday or something. So we're really hoping that the products we supply really encourage that, and I truly believe that children can learn and develop so much having experienced foreign cultures. And it ties in quite nicely with our international business. So going global, where do you start? As a business, we pretty quickly, well, I've talked to you about the blogs, but it was looking at the web stats, and most of you probably using Google Analytics or whatever you are using, you can very quickly find out where the interest is coming from your website. So we're very strong in the UK. The United States is close behind, Australia, Canada, and then Russia, 5th. We've actually only just started working with Russia, so they don't really have product out in the market, but it's just through the power of the shop window that is your website, just spreading the word. So that's a great way to start looking for where to focus your attentions. And then picking trade shows that are relevant for your product or service. Unfortunately, because we're in toy, luggage and nursery, it keeps us pretty busy. This is our trade show stand at Kind & Jungen, the large nursery industry show in Cologne. That's in September. We started going to these shows and meeting our distributors and picking our distributors and finding them. Now we are working with a great range of distributors. It's a kind of a showcase for their customers that they take along to our stand. When choosing distributors, a great tip that UKTI gave me was send out a questionnaire, ask them a load of questions if you've got more than one to choose from. It's really, really important. Ask them things like how long they've been trading, what other products they sell, what's their turnover, be cheeky. Ask them some cutting questions and then ask them what they're prepared to do with your brand or your product service, how they intend to grow it. So when you've got lots of inquiries, you can lay bits of paper out on the table and figure out who to choose. And rule number one, if someone's not prepared to fill out the questionnaire, don't do business with them.